run for you a few of the swims that we like. What's your favourite on here, Carl?
Personally, my favourite's a lodge swim. To me, it's a really comfortable swim. It controls a lot of water. It's a really big out of bounds area, and to me, it's just where it holds a lot of fish. Second favourite swim would be the box swim on the other side of the lake. Yet again, it's got a lot of water casting, so a lot of features. I've caught a lot of fish from over there. Third swim, probably have to say left hand side of the point. Fish in the same area as the box, and it's quite in the middle. It holds a lot of fish yet again. So there's sort of my top 3 swims that I'd aim to get for when I come down, every time I come down. Right, okay, Jay, what are your favourite 3 swims then?
Quite similar to yours really, mate. Box on the left hand point, there's a good bit of water, fairly similar water, but there's plenty of good features out there. You can get the marker rod onto. And I think they generally sort of hold up in that area quite a bit as well. Plus, you know, when they're moving from one end of the lake to the other, they're always going to come across you. So that's a good area. And then my third choice is probably the double on the down wall. I've done really well on that swim. Generally in the colder weather, it's quite deep out in front. You've got sort of good depths, you know, pretty much from 10 yards out, and the fish spend a lot of time in there in the colder months. So that's probably my 3 favourite swims on the lake.
No good. No good.
You can shut up, you. Better than your poison.
Poison? That's the poison in that bucket, mate. You might as well fish with no bait in your tonight, mate.
Thought you had fish.
No, I'll give you a chance, mate. Give you a chance, 24 hours, you don't caught nothing, so.
Gonna drift along the margin. Probably sprinkle a few boilers in as we go. Just if there's any fish patrolling up and down that far margin, I can pick and have a few baits as I go along. And hopefully when I get to ours, they'll be a little bit more confident.
That's the plan anyway. Use a glow stick on top of the H blocks at night. If I have a fish, I can see exactly where I'm casting to. It's a little thing that helps. I'm saying when it's pitch black, you have got markers, but to me it's about getting it spot on. And with the marker there, with it glowing in the dark, it's absolutely spot on. There we go, all changed over, as easy as that. Just say to start the engine, get over there a bit easy.
So you always get a pretty boy to do all the rowing then?
Yeah, well, you've got to make use of him somehow. He's pretty useless at everything else, so.
You've got a good scatter, the bigger the better really, I found. There's no boardy fishing's okay, because you can scatter it about.
So what you're saying is you're pretty useless at spodding then?
Oh, that counts with some free fish down its end today.
Pretty.
Okay, so pretty boy, how would you sum up today's events?
Today's been a lot better for us. We've seen a few fish out in front of us today. The weather's done exactly what we needed to do. The sun's been out really good, quite a lot today. The wind's starting to swing round towards our favour, which is good, which is pushing down the out of bounds area where we're fishing.
Today ain't been too bad. So probably the most enjoyable bit for me was doing a little bit of stalking, which unfortunately didn't come to anything. The swim this morning, it's been a little bit quiet really, but this afternoon things have picked up. We've started seeing a few, so I'm hoping that there's a few more fish drifting back into the area. So for tonight, we're just sticking to the same tactics as yesterday, just getting the rods ready now to get out for the night. And then tomorrow morning I think I'll reassess it. Possibly a move might be on the cards, if it's like this morning with not much activity, because there was quite a few fish showing down the other end of the lake. But we'll have to see what happens in the morning really, and see where the fish are and what they're up to.
So Jay, what's up?
Alright, I'm thinking of, I'm going to move today. It's about 8:30 now. Not a lot going on in the swim really. And this morning I've set up quite early and seen quite a few fish down the other end of the lake. So rather than just sit here with static rods, I'm going to move down there and try and bag one down there.
So you've decided to stay down here then?
Yeah, well, Jay's gone probably to his favourite peg. He does like the right hand side of the point, but to me, the fish are going to come down here. It's just a matter of time. It's not an easy water. You know, there's a lot of pressure at the moment, and by Jay going, he's released the pressure down here a bit. So hopefully the fish will relax a bit more.
So he's done you a favour, really.
He has done me a favour, really.
You've moved here then.
Yep, in the new swim.
What's this one called?
This is the right hand point. Right, what I'm doing now is just having a little mark about. How I like to fish it and what I normally do, I just feel for the hard spots on the bottom. You know, you're just putting your marker back and it just feels like it's sort of gliding over a little bit of glass, whereas the rest of it feels a little bit sticky.
So you found your spot?
Yep. Just out there, probably about 80 yards. Just bringing the marker back, nice, real smooth, hard area. So we stick 2 rods out there over a bit of bait, a bit of particle, a bit of chop boilie and boilie, and see what brings off of that rod. What happened?
That rod just went ripping off, mate. It didn't nothing on it, so I just tried to pick me up.
Nightmare, mate.
Right, Pretty Boy, you in?
Yeah, mate.
What was it?
Left hand rod on the choddy. Not sure how big it is yet. He hasn't really done a lot. So now we're awake. Go on, Jack. Get in there, my son.
We've got a chunk in the net. Fortunately not my net. But never mind.
That's my net.
Jay,
Yep.
a little bit gutted,
Well,
be
look at
honest.
Dave, 10 minutes after I leave the swim, he goes and catches one.
So which one's that then, Pretty Boy?
It's a fish known as Charlie. It's one of the ones I've been after for a few years, so
And what does that go?
normally just over 40. So hopefully.
So Jay, what do you reckon? Just over 40 or?
Quite close, I reckon.
Yeah.
Hard act to follow.
Hard act to follow that one, yeah.
On 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'll do now, zip the old waistling up. Right, yet again, as Jay done before me, you're lifting it up, make sure the peck's all tucked in. There's not any broken pecks or anything on the way out. Always fish these size, if you've got someone to help you, it's so much easier. These waistlings, just grab each end like that, it's nice and easy. It's reading £40, 8 ounces, 40.5 pounds. Well done, Jay. Thanks for the hands, mate. And they fish looking after fish and welfare is what you've got to do. We've got the Nash carp cradle here, keeping everything safe. Same the Armo waistlings, recovery slings, they've got the flotation bits on it. If you do get a fish, you can put it in the margins and keep it safe.
Carl's just putting his waders on to slip the fish back nice and safely. While he's doing that, we're just going to put some of the carp care stuff on the hook hold. Pour a little bit on, just rub it in the mark, and that's it, nice and simple. Stops any chance of infection or anything.
This fish is known as Charlie, obviously called after Charlie himself. It's quite easy to distinguish if you look underneath. It's got joint up pecks at the bottom, you can quite see that. It's really distinctive.
I can tell you're happy for him.
I'm very happy for him, you know, who wouldn't be? £40 carp on the bank, that's awesome. Shame it weren't on my rods, but there you go.
That looks like 1-0.
Yeah mate, 1-0 and a £40 to start, so plus one of the ones I was after. It's one of the sort of 3 fish I've got left to catch in here really. It's absolutely buzzing, you can see I'm absolutely soaked now. Jay gave me the rule soaking of a 40-pounder. You know, I won't go for a swim later, I'm that happy at the moment. And even better that I've got one over on him, so again day, hopefully I'll have one.
So staying down here was looks like the right move, wasn't it?
Oh, it's definitely the right move staying down here.
So we've had Pretty Boy's rigs for fry earning. What's your favourites?
For this session in the lodge, since we're fishing to the far margin, quite a long chuck. It's quite deep and silty over there, so I've opted for the chod rig over the far side. You know, quite a short one, but probably about 2 inches, using the cord and mouth trap to a size 6 hook. Just on a shortish, probably 3 to 3.5 foot of lead core ESP, down to an atomic sort of lead clip system that drops the lead every time. Don't really need it, but there's a little bit of weed behind the spot, so just in case the lead or anything gets caught in the weed, just want the lead to come off. And my other rod in open water on a nice little firm spot, just using a nice simple KD rig. Length of coated braid, probably about 8 inches, down to a size 8 curve shank hook. Caught a lot of fish on that rig from all around the lake really. So nothing too complicated, keep it nice and simple, and yeah.
Cool, so you think Pretty Boy's in trouble then?
Well, I don't know. He's using similar rigs, so you know, we'll just have to see who catches and see who comes up on top.
Go on the rod. Same spot as before. The rod's just absolutely tore off. I've come running out here into another powerful frying carp. Haven't seen it yet, but
I think you're off it now.
it feels like a good fish, but you never know until it's in the net. Have to wait and see.
I think it is.
What?
You're not pointing that way.
Do you want to get a net for us, Jay? Do you want to be service a coin? That's a slug. Get in the slug. This is a fish known as a slug. You'll see why very soon.
Well, Carl's just trying to sort a little bit of a mess out in a moment. Wiped one of his other rods out, in a little bit of a tangle. We've got a nice big common sitting in the net.
What was it, Joe?
That is £32, 12 ounces.
Yep. I'll go whatever you say, mate. You're cool. 32.12? Lovely. Alright, should we go back in the old carp cradle? This one? Said before, yeah, I did the other side, mate. Kit will have a lot of water on them. It's quite a warm day, so.
So you happy with that one, Pretty Boy?
Yeah, mate, yeah, well, it's 2-0 and another £30, mate, so of course I'm happy. Who wouldn't be? Apart from.
And we're well into half time.
Oh, yeah, well over half time. And obviously, I say, who would be happy with 2 fish? I'm sure Jay would. Back. Yeah, again, DTM blend. Why'd you fish or anything else? Can't beat a good old white fluoro.
Yeah, I just need to get a shot of you looking really sick.
Oh, not sick. So holders there ready. I'll give a kick. There she goes.
Now you'll come through, innit?
Yeah, I'll come through. Hopefully.
Right, this is sort of the end of day 3. Just put my bait out, all ready for tonight, more ready for the morning, obviously when the sun gets up again. It's been a great day for myself. I had one of my target fish, Charlie, at £40 8-ounce mirror, which had been after a long time, and to catch it on film was even better. Shortly after, about an hour or so later, same one I went off again, had a 32-12 common as a slug. One of the characters was, you know, probably the ugliest fish in here, but and it's a character. They're all characters in here. Tonight, seen a few fish down there, feeling confident for some more fish. Obviously, Jay's moved up the other end. Bit of a wrong one, I think, but he thinks he hasn't, he thinks he's gone on fish. So let's see in the morning, obviously, whether it was worth a move or whether it was worth staying.
Right, coming towards the end of day 3. Been a bit of a funny day, to be fair. You know, moved out of the lodge because nothing was happening, didn't see much. You know, hour after I've got into my new swim, Carl goes and bags a couple. You know, that's just the way it is. Fairly confident in the swim that I'm in at the moment. We've seen a few fish, so hopefully tonight we might bag one. I'm going to see how it goes. If nothing happens tonight, obviously, might possibly move back to where I was. Carl's keeping an eye on the situation, see if there's any fish turning up. At the moment, there doesn't seem to be any where I was fishing, which is a saving grace. They all seem to have made a beeline for where Carl's rigs are. So whether I would have had any if I'd have stayed or not, who knows. But for the time being, I'm quite happy where I am, and just wait and see what happens.
False alarm, mate.
Yeah, no false alarm, mate. It's just the amount of fish down there, just liners on getting. That one was ridiculous. But no, hopefully they're going to come again tonight.
Good.
That's what Jay wants.
Right, Jay. You back then?
Yeah, back in the original swim. Basically got up really early this morning, was having a look, and there was nothing in front of me, nothing at all. Spoke to Carl, and he said the fish had moved up here in numbers, so it'd be silly to sit down there, and yeah, just moved back up here and got the rods back out nice and early, and just waiting on the fish now, really.
Yeah. So, where do you think your gamble went wrong? Was it the weather conditions or what?
I don't know really. Yesterday morning we got up. There was no signs of fish up here, and there was fish down that end. They were there the previous morning, and yesterday morning they were showing. So really, you know, I took the gamble and moved. Turns out the sun came out, the wind switched round, and the fish moved up here a couple of hours after. And then Carl had them couple of fish. It's just one of the chances you take when you move. But you know, luckily, been able to get back up here, and we'll give it a go.
Yeah. So weather conditions are pretty much the same as yesterday afternoon, aren't they?
Yeah,
So,
same as yesterday afternoon. We've got a sort of more of a northerly wind blowing up to this end of the lake. You know, there's not much cloud about. It's nice and bright. It's sort of perfect conditions. We're right up the end in the shallows there.
is you?
I think so. You in, Carl? Okay.
So what do you reckon?
Oh. Good, feels a good fish, and here you can never tell.
Where did this one come?
That was the right hand rod. We've seen fish patrolling there all day. To me, it's only a sort of matter of time before one of us had a take over there. And lucky enough, it was me. It was a bloody good fish. That does, get it in. Good, Mike. Third fish of the session so far. This was on the right hand rod, which is slightly different. We think it's it's the rudder. It has been known to do 40, so possibly.
What rig do you get that one on?
That was another chub rig again, on the DTM blend white fluoros again.
Well, that looks like it's working for you, isn't it?
Oh, it's worked for me the last couple of seasons. That's, you know, my essentials, one of my essentials I should have said has been white top of fluoros, I suppose. But it is one of them baits what I've just done really well down here, and the fish seem to like it. So we'll get her out, have a little weigh up, and show it for the camera. I'm ready whenever you are, Joe. Yep. Ready? Close. That's good, isn't it? This is rudder you can see from the size of the tail on the thing is absolutely huge. That's where it gets its name from. Alright, lift it up now, take that out of here. Try. Right, just put it down. Go around.
It's close.
Not quite the magical 40. Give me a Jay.
39.12, I reckon.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that one?
Oh yeah, mate. Very happy. Not quite magical 40, but still.
Who cares,
like, who cares? You can't complain a fish like that. So.
Going around the same place, though.
Put the waders on, get back in, turn the fish safely and do a few water shots. What? You really let go, Kim?
Mm-hmm.
Not the right way, mate. Again, just had a scrap, hold it until it kicks. That does look water across the back, doesn't it? Little kick, away she goes. Very much. I'm on a Friday.
So FA Cup final, 70th minute, 3-0.
Yeah.
What do we reckon?
He's still got a chance, to be fair. I know I've just had another one, but there's a lot of fish down at the moment. Jay's got rods on the fish, well, close to the fish. They're cruising up and down, so I think it's a matter of time before one of his guys' rods go off. Oh.
Hopefully.
Not to happen. Head and shoulders, making heads happier. Find out more.
Just brought the zigger again. Seen a few fish cruising over the back, so I'm going to reposition it over to where the fish are cruising up and down. See if we can snare one.
Minutes will decide everything. Second half's underway up and down the country as it stands. Man City are champions, they're one up. Manchester United will finish second, but they're one up as well. A goal for QPR changes it all. Spurs third, Arsenal fourth.
How do you think it went then, Jay?
I think it went pretty good for you. Not so well for me, unfortunately. Just couldn't seem to get on the fish. Ended up with nothing, I'm ashamed to say. But the best man won at the end of the day. He was on the fish, he put his rigs in the right place, and he was on it. So, well done, buddy.
You got me at 10 now, didn't you?
I do owe you a tenner, mate.
Well played, don't make you done well, you
Nice
tried.
one, buddy.
So where's this one going?
Straight out.
Straight out.
Oh, you asking for the film?
First time, yeah?
A bit of cloud. The wind's starting to switch round. Fuck off, Jay, you wank, sorry. You're a fucking arsehole.
You done it to me earlier, though.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't laugh. I can't. Fuck off you as well.